We are gonna make camarão na moranga, which is a shrimp in a pumpkin.
Okay, so this is what happened. There were a bunch of Japanese political prisoners held on an island in São Paulo after World War II. These prisoners were farming pumpkins on the island. An owner of a restaurant in nearby beach town, Ubatuba, was walking on the beach when she saw a giant pumpkin in the water that had floated away from the prison. And then she was like, "Oh, what's that? Let me check it out." Well, the pumpkin was nice and big, so she decided to cook the whole thing. Why not? After the pumpkin was cooked, she opened it, and to her surprise, it was full of shrimps. That's when she had the idea of cooking shrimps inside of a pumpkin, and she started to serve it at her restaurant. Now, it's one of the most popular dishes in the coast of São Paulo.
This is what we need. Pumpkins, shrimp, whole shrimp for presentation. Also have already cleaned shrimp that I already bought in the fishmonger like this. Tomato paste, tomatoes, parsley, onions and garlic, chili, chives, and some spices. Paprika, cumin and coriander, thyme and rosemary, and some bay leaves, and shrimp stock. First thing you want to do is turn on your First thing you want to do is turn on your oven at 200 degrees Celsius because we are cooking the whole pumpkin in the oven. And we want to take the top off. We want to scoop out the seeds. And of course you can toast the seeds, just snack it later. It's very nice, pumpkin seeds, very healthy as well. And if there is something there, of course it's okay, because once we finish cooking, you can pick the stubborn ones that stay inside of the pumpkin. And a bit of oil in, but most important, out. I'm gonna put all around and give a nice oily massage to the pumpkin. And now we're going to close the lid. Why do you close the lid? It's because we want the heat and the moist to keep it inside. That will help to cook inside of the pumpkin. I like to use the foil to wrap because the pumpkin will get soft, so it will lose a little bit, and this will help to keep it in place. This is something that we need to keep an eye on as well, because we want the pumpkin, of course, to be completely cooked, but we want this whole because we're going to feel it after with all the shrimp. Okay? And if you have a microwave, I don't have one, but you can do the same thing in a microwave, of course, without the foil. And it will take about 20 minutes. It's faster than in the oven. To the oven. Now we're going to chop, chop, chop.
Chegou a hora de recomeçar. Abrir o tempo como eu sempre quis. Já aprendi a me fazer feliz. Vou voltar. Eu vou voltar pro meu país.
Okay, so going with the olive oil, getting a little bit hot, starting with the onions.
Dia a dia que eu conheço bem, porque cresci ali e o que se tem.
We're gonna add the spices in the beginning because we want to toast a little bit of the spice and bring up the flavor. And also have some fresh rosemary and fresh thyme. I'll add now the garlic. And also the beginning, I want to add the tomato paste. Because the tomato paste it's nice to cook, to lose a bit the acidity from the tomato. Also to add flavor, the parsley stem. So just need to chop quite fine, so it won't get like We also have chilies. No, you can put as many as you want. I got a dirty look because I was making too spicy. Actually, the original recipe doesn't even go chili. I just like spicy stuff, so I added on mine. Which had the tomatoes as well. All the tomatoes. All the tomatoes. Salt. Pepper. Okay, so we just want to sweat all the ingredients, let it shrink a bit, let it reduce a bit, and then it's nice and ready for the pumpkin to go on the mix. Nice, guys. So once this is nice and cooked, we just want to cook a little bit of the tomatoes, and then we're going to add the pumpkins that now is in the oven. And of course, we're gonna mix some with the cheese, like the creamy cheese that I forgot to tell you about it, which is this one. I made it. It's a homemade one. There's a video about it as well. It's very nice. But you can also use cream cheese if you want, right? If you feel lazy and are feeling like making this cheese from scratch, you can use cream cheese. It's also yummy. Now, just gonna let it rest here a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit, just a little bit of white wine. So you add alcohol, you know, like this type of wine to the food. It's not because of the alcohol. It's more about the sugar and the taste of it. Let it rest here for now. It's here. Gonna clean up. And then we're going to grill the shrimp because it's a beautiful day in the Netherlands and I can go outside and I can use the barbecue, which is quite rare. So I'm gonna enjoy that moment. Pumpkin ready. They're nice and very, very soft. Okay, nice. Okay, so we want to scoop the pumpkin out, and if you see any seeds, you can, pump it out. No harm to eat the seeds as well. It's just that if they're not toasted, they get a little bit chewy, but it's fine. Yeah. And just be careful to not scoop too much out because remember that I want to use the pumpkin as a presentation, so I wanted to keep it whole. Okay, I took as much as I can, but notice that it's still a bit firm. So that's what I want, right? A little bit firm. And then I will try to hide a little bit the foil. I'm gonna keep the foil to help me to move the pumpkin around. Okay, so firm, 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 firm. And now I can add some of the shrimp stock. If I can open. Nice. I finished the shrimp on the grill and it's just giving us such a nice aroma and flavor. But if you cannot do it on the pan, it's just delicious as well, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some of this creamy cheese already to, look at that, to our mix that we made with the pumpkin, with the garlics and onions and all the ingredients, tomatoes and all these ingredients. It's gonna have like a nice richness to the dish. And we Brazilians, we love cheese. We always cooking with cheese. It's so nice. I love cheese, so I'm one of them, right? Wow. What do we do as well? We added some inside of the pumpkin on the sides. So it's kind of like a little surprise because when you scoop, you get like this nice cheese around, you know, that you're not really expecting. I'm going to scoop this nice food here to the pumpkin. Another one as well. Wow. Oh my God, I'm very hungry. Looks nice. It's a great Halloween dish. And then I'm gonna hide all the shrimp inside. Damn it, I forgot about the parsley. Should be inside of the mix, you know, like it's nicer. So I'm just gonna put it on top.
E na hora de dormir, pegue a fotinho que eu dei, mesmo não estando aí, muito carinho e paz eu te enviarei.
Nice and beautiful, super, super gorgeous and delicious. If you're not ready to serve, you can pop it in the oven, leave it like this, and then pop it in the oven. Of course, you can also garnish à la minute, and then warm it up, and then you just take it off and serve it to your guests. It's an awesome presentation, right? I'm going to make a nice rice to go with the Camara na Moranga. And it's gonna be like a herby rice with some nuts. I don't know, I just came up with something. Okay, so this is the style, like a Brazilian rice style that we do. So we fry the garlics and the onions before adding the rice.
Te carinhar, o que foi, o que há? Se é medo de se entregar, veja a vida que ela é curta e passa. Eu só quero, eu só quero, eu só quero, eu só quero com você ficar.
My favorite part, a little bit of rice. Now I'm gonna get this big guy over here. Let me scoop some shrimp inside here. Put it with the rice, a little bit of the sauce. Oh, so nice. The shrimp, the rice. Look at this beauty. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Like my videos, comment below, subscribe my channel, and ciao.